Hi, it's Maria here. I can't believe that it's actually 3 weeks ago since I last shared an update on my personal 321 focus story. And I deliberately sat myself here and I'm going to show you in better look. Look at how well that Lucky Bamboo is doing there for me. It's really growing along nicely. So it's the 21st of August, and yeah, so the last time I made a video, my energy was so low, I just couldn't get over looking back at how low my energy was. I was really, really struggling. And to be honest, I've actually been quite under the weather for the last 3 weeks. And I know I haven't been the only person. And I've become really, really, extremely aware of, how important it is not just to manage your resources in terms of your time and your money or whatever else you have, but the most important thing, really, certainly for me, is to manage my energy because, well, if I don't have energy, I can't do anything. But I'm also realizing that if I allow my energy to become too depleted, especially doing things for other people and getting, I suppose, sort of hijacked, I found myself hijacked quite a few times in the last few weeks. I was hijacked, and so when my energy gets hijacked away from my projects, then I don't have the energy to actually manifest what it is I need. And I was having a chat with two good friends earlier on today, and I was just thinking about the time when, there was that jumpstart class that actually started all by itself. It never existed. Somebody made a phone call, asked me would I give it, and by the following evening, like within 36 hours, there were 6 to 8 people all signed up for a course that hadn't existed 36 hours earlier, that I had no intention of giving. And I suppose that's just a reminder for me that when my energy is in a really, really good place, I can manifest things very quickly. And I suppose the debate that's going on in my head is that, like, it's all the shoulds of, I haven't been feeling well. I knew I needed to take time out, but in my own mind, it's like I should be promoting this, I should be doing that, because I've got my, I suppose, my earthly, material, patriarchal head on, and I'm thinking, this is what I need to do. Otherwise, I'm being lazy, or I'm, whatever stories, silly stories I have in my head. And twice so, I've now ended up sick. And so I really have to reevaluate this whole thing all over again. But I did actually make a video and make a little bit of progress back 2 weeks ago on the 7th of August. It's Wednesday, the 7th of August, and just had the realization that there's another place to clear out. And so this is where I've been keeping all the receipts for everything that I might possibly need to return, clothes wise, shoes wise, for probably 10 years at this stage. So I'm going to grab all these receipts out, and also all the spare buttons, because I've noticed like there's buttons for things that are, that have gone to the charity shop years ago. So this is going to be my task now, and I'm actually going to tackle the rest of this as well, because look, they're all my medals from when I was a kid, and also that is my name tag for my school uniform, seriously, like, yeah, so that's like 40 something years ago, since I had to have to sew all those on my clothes. So yeah, it's time for, and look at a few of them have been obviously taken off and saved. Go mom. So yeah, time to clear this out now. And so since then, a few interesting things have happened. This is my pack of cards that I was using for pulling a card every week for a bit of magic for the week ahead. And in fact, number 58 of 59 was shared on Monday, which means that the last card in the pack is going to be shared next Monday, the 26th of August. And I really feel like now there's that library is there, and earlier this week I created a gallery as well with all of those affirmation cards and little videos for some inspiration if anybody needs just a little boost at any stage during the day or during the week. And I really feel now like that's done, and I kind of feel like, from Monday or from Tuesday, when that's actually shared and it's up there, the last one, then it'll make space for something new to come along. Now, the other thing, I have another little prop here as well, and that's a white feather. And so, yeah, 2 weeks ago, I spent a lot of time with my son and his girlfriend. He was we were working on his driving, and one of the days then, having had to do an unexpected drive to French Park in County Roscommon, I got back, I was cooking the dinner and the gas went, and I thought, well, that's grand, just put another tank of gas in and put the cooker back on. But in fact, the regulator went yet again. So that's the third time that I've had to get a new regulator when the tank of gas went. And I just thought, really, seriously, I'd had enough at this stage, because it had been a needless, or it should have been a needless drive to French Park. We shouldn't have had to go at all. And so that was like an extra 4 hours driving or whatever, and quite a lot of stress. And I thought, this is just so ridiculous. Really, like, what am I doing to deserve this? And then when I came out my hall door, the white feather was on my on that mat, the lovely mat that I bought there in IKEA a couple of weeks back. And what transpired then was that, in fact, that the much better quality gas that I used to have connected is now connected. It took a couple of days to get it to that space, but it's now connected to the cooker, which means that the message was, sometimes when what looks like a disaster and something's been taken away is actually been taken away for a much better solution. And that's what my white feather is there to remind me, and I've had it on my prosperity table there ever since. Then last night I had an awareness, back when Patricia Lowen spoke at Positive Nights, I moved my knife block from the countertop, because she said knives in kitchens cause fights in relationships. And certainly when I manifest my next relationship, or when my kids are around, I certainly don't want to be fighting with anybody, nor do I want people fighting with me. I'm really all for having a peaceful life. So I got the bright idea that it was time to put the knives in the drawer, which would be going back to, I suppose, the way that I grew up as a kid. But I really like the idea of all the sharp knives being together in a block. So, I've been getting over this now. So, but I decided to make a change. So here's what happened today. So it's Wednesday the 21st of August, and I know it's been a while since I've made a video, but here's the first fire of the autumn, because it's actually really quite chilly here today, and just decided to put this on, but I got an idea. So since I went to listen to Patricia Lowen talking at Positive Nights back in May, the week after the mind-body experience in the RDS, I immediately, having heard her speaking that night, I took the knives out of this block, and I didn't actually take them out of the block. I started using the block. I hid the block in a press over there beside my cooker, and it's been really awkward getting the knives in and out of there all the time. But last night I just decided, you know what? Habits of a lifetime have to change. So I put my knives in here in the drawer. So you can see that knife there has it's lost its top, which is my harm, because I had a bit of a run-in at one stage with a big knife like that, which was a bit terrifying. So so last night I started to think it was time to actually get rid of this block, and I immediately wanted to burn it, but of course I had no intention of putting the fire on to burn this. And now that I see the fire on in there, I'm going, okay, right, I am going to burn this. And I'm going like, this is a bit crazy, but I'm going, no, it's like, think about it on another level. A block is a block, and I want to eliminate the blocks that are in my life. So here, just got my Phillips head screwdriver out here now, and I'm going to take the screws out and these plasticky rubber bits, because I'm obviously not going to burn those. And then this is going in the fire, and interestingly enough, it's actually Prestige. And I used to sell Prestige, and I have a lot of my Prestige kitchen tools are actually ones I got as a gift when I was working way back in 1991. So when I had 2 kids, not 3 kids. So yeah, I'm going to dismantle this now, and this is going in the fire, because this is going to signify me letting go of all the remaining blocks that are in my life that have been holding me back. That was an easy job. Screws out, And the little washers are taken, our little feet are taken away as well. And now I've got to try and work out how to get this prestige mark off. So I just actually levered that off. So I'm back to a block of wood now and it's going straight in the fire. So here we go, it's in the fire. It might seem like a really crazy thing to do, but I'm being reminded of what happened when the new pipe went in the classroom way back and the car turned up within a couple of minutes. And also how when the chair, the office chair, left the house, how I ended up going to a meeting for my business to do with Fáilte Ireland and creating the holistic centre I want to create. So yeah, it'll be interesting now to see what'll happen with this because it's the first thing I've been kind of guided to do for a while. Yeah. So I think that's it for now. The other interesting thing, I know I mentioned the 38s on the Citricidal in the last video, but also was also very interesting was that when Niall got his new car, his reg has 3899 in it, which was quite amazing. And also something else I wanted to tell you about here as well. Yeah, something big actually. You know, the way I did the new treasure map, and I know where I want to be giving my classes, etc. Well, I was helping out at Moon Medicine in Dublin last week, and because of that, a lady asked me at the end, could she have a rose from the altar? And it transpires she is a lovely Irish girl living in the Gold Coast in Australia. And sure, a long story short, I gifted her a pack of my affirmation cards, and she's going to look into setting up my courses for me in Australia. So it's so amazing sometimes that you know, you feel like you're not actually making progress because there's no direct line. It's not an obvious way of taking action. And yet sometimes the universe is lining things up absolutely just more perfectly than you could have ever done for yourself. So yeah, so I suppose yeah, the other thing that I've written down here is that I've done lots and lots of journaling for the last 3 weeks because I have been really so under the weather, just very tired in myself. Some nights like sleeping for 12, 13 hours, other nights not being able to sleep, getting up, journaling in the middle of the night. So I'm just going with it. And I can just hear the fire starting to really get going there now with that block. Isn't that burning really nicely? Let's hope it's the absolute end of all the blocks that have been holding me back. So yeah, so my challenge to you, I suppose, is to yeah, you know, if you need the time off, take the time off. Follow your nudges and your intuition. And yeah, so that's it for me for now. And the other interesting thing is I haven't manifested the fee for my Feng Shui course in Gorey, but I have actually manifested my accommodation. So, you know, if the accommodation's there and if I'm meant to be doing that course, the fee will. And the camera cut out in mid sentence. So, what I was saying is, you know, if I've manifested the accommodation and I'm meant to be doing the course, the fee will show up. So, that's it for me. Look at, have a lovely evening or day, whatever you're doing, and follow those nudges and be gentle to yourself. So I look forward to seeing you in another video again soon. Take care. Bye.